And welcome to the Bridge Show. It is Tuesday again, and we have a treat for you today with, we have a lot of guests from the far and of course the more close. And today it's going to be more close. Wait for it. And again, welcome to our IP studio here in the basement of Bridge Technologies HQ in Oslo, Norway. And oh boy, another Tuesday, another guest. And who will it be this time? Well, we have actually got Finland calling. We are dialing up as we speak our amazing head of system integration sales, which is, of course, Olli Tuomela from Turku in Finland. And hello, Olli.
Hello. Hi. How are you guys?
Oh, we are excellent. And how are you?
Oh, perfect. It's a sunshine day, plus 8 degrees. Almost feel the summer or the spring already.
I'm already envious because to be honest, we have sunshine here in Oslo as well, which is, very, very good because it's been a long, dark, bleak, wet, horrible winter. We want spring, Olli. We want spring.
Yes, I could not agree more.
And one of the reasons we're talking to you is that, you have been one of our valued colleagues for now 8 years, right?
That's correct, yes.
And you don't live in Oslo, you live in Turku in Finland.
Yes, yeah, true. Yeah, unlike the others, I have been working remotely or from home office already for 8 years, as you said.
That's very, very true. And since we are going to kind of tap a bit into, remote aspects of how we work, we can do some repeat of what we use as regular tools because, we use the regular Teams meetings, we have WebEx. We have our CRM, which is web-based, SuperOffice, right?
Yes, that's right. SuperOffice, Slack, Zoom, you name it. So it's really essential for me to have all these tools available in order to collaborate firstly with the colleagues, but then also secondly with all our business partners and the customers.
Yeah, because we have business partners all over the globe, and your partners range from close by in Helsinki and actually in Turku itself.
Correct. Yes, that's right. Yes, Kansatech and Teleste actually both two partners here in Turku.
And then, of course, ranging from most of other kind of places in Europe. So. We use remote remarkably much.
Yeah, true, and not only these commercial tools what you mentioned earlier, but also our own devices, our own solution, what we sell to the customers. That's also really essential to have it available online and available to be able to demonstrate it remotely over the internet to the customers and the partners.
It's very true, and when we designed these systems now, it's starting to be very close to 17 years ago, and you can imagine 17 years the HTML technology was pretty new, and we couldn't get a lot of graphic richness, but it was in the DNA because it was so obvious. With web-based technologies, you can basically access this data from wherever.
Yes, yeah, it really is intrinsic to our solution to have it in that way, and then of course, for me, of course, personally, it works perfectly, but then of course, more importantly for the customers, they enjoy the ability to being able to contact the system really from any device or any location, and to check how their own network performance is, and how the system and the services operate from end to end, really.
Yeah, because as you say, the ability to do it from wherever is quite important, and basically we have also had for a very long time our online demonstration system, which consists of every single device and function that we do, which is available to be demonstrated over the internet.
That's right. That system is very well, highly appreciated and very heavily used, at least by me. When I talk with people who have interest in our products, definitely that system is great help to demonstrate how it is then in real life, by having an ability to remotely to show every single detail from the system to someone sitting by his computer on the other side of the planet.
Because this may actually act as a small teaser, but we are, getting ready to make a whole show just about our demo system. I'm actually anticipating that.
That would be great. Yes, yeah. It has one great side of the solution really is its sort of intuitiveness. Someone can log in and start to use it and pretty much understand it right away. But yet again, there are such a variety of details that we do monitor and measure and present from the service delivery, that I think it's important to be able to show how all these details can be used in the best possible way. So I will be watching that show.
Thank you, Olli. That's good to hear. But it brings us actually forward to one thing that we're also going to talk about. But since we have a beautiful sunny day, why not take a small cultural break and introduce our amazing, mad musical genius, Axel.
I was just sitting around watching some basketball on TV, and I was just wondering if you would like to play some basketball with me. So let's play some good defensive Chopin and some great offensive Schumann. You ready? Game on!
Oh, what do you think of that, Olli? That's not bad, is it? And you know, we are on the theme of you working remotely, but you know, you also have been working out together with us, haven't you? We've been, you know, lucky to have you in our 4K running team pretty much the last 6 years, haven't we?
That's correct. That's right. Yeah, it has been a pleasure to be part of the team, and really looking forward to be able to escape the cave again and being able to meet the team and do the 4K run next time as soon as possible.
We are ready, that's for sure, because you know it kind of follows up to our next theme here, because we want to talk just a tad about ISM. Because you know you talked about all these tools and the thinking about you know having the ability to see what's going on, and then basically ISM can be a big contributor to that, can't it?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's well, how I see it is that the integrated services monitoring, it really integrates the system performance together with the services processing and delivery details in one user interface, and in that way really providing useful information over the whole media chain and the delivery of the services.
Yeah, because that's again what it is. Because first of all, you have to, of course, be able to access it remotely. You know, that's a good thing. But then, of course, the information it wants to convey needs to make sense as well. Because you know, a whole lot of scattered information doesn't give you a lot. But when you start to integrate it, then suddenly you can get a lot more meaning. Like, you know, from seeing the uncompressed signal leaving the studio, going towards the master control room, the playout system, before the encoders, after the encoders, before you deliver it to CDNs, you know, if you do OTT, and of course being able to monitor your terrestrial broadcast or your satellite broadcast and everything in the same system.
Yes.
That kind of is important, isn't it?
It is indeed important, and then it sort of becomes really essential to be able to have one vendor like us to be able to address all these different steps, as you mentioned, being able to really measure and monitor the whole delivery chain, and then using identical ways of measuring and assessing the services over the whole chain. And in that way, when you collect this vast amount of data together, then you are able to do some meaningful measurements and meaningful comparison, and in that way really to understand where potentially the service failures or service impacting events are occurring, and how to take the steps to fix and repair those as quickly as possible.
Yeah, because it's all about knowledge. It's all about, well, information, isn't it? So that you get the right information to the right people at the right time.
Yeah, correct, yeah. And what again is great on the integrated services monitoring, that it's not a tool for one type of user or person only, but it can be used on network engineers on some remote offices, or some personnel on master control room who wants to verify the whole service delivery, and yet again by the management of the company to be able to assure that the service level agreements that they have signed forward with their customers are fulfilled, and they deliver what their customers or subscribers expect them to deliver. So multiple layers of users for this information.
You know, you really touched upon some very important points there, because it's no use again having the information, and you know, one piece of information, let's say signal strength of the current transmission chain in a DVB-T network. It's not management reading, is it? But right. SLA levels obviously is, and if you then can derive a lot of fact by then formatting this information in multiple ways, then you have something interesting for all layers in your organization.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And then you of course need to have multiple ways of accessing that information through the system being able to provide the reports for the management and being able to provide trending in the system for those who need to see some long-term trends of certain very specific terrestrial parameters or whatever, as you said. And yet again, then the other sort of another step on that same discussion is the ability to integrate into some third-party solutions and to be able to collect that data and supply it further up in the system and in the solutions.
Yeah, and it's a very, very good point, because you don't want to throw away any other system you have. You want systems to play together and behave together, and that's oh yeah, it's a very good point, Olli.
Yes, yeah, and again, I mean, you mentioned earlier the 17 years of experience we have at BridgeTech, and really also one thing which came from the beginning was the integration, the external integration interface. For example, we have had a very rich integration interface for any third-party NMS tools to collect the data from the solution into these third-party systems. And along this very data-focused integration interface, we have been developing more modern technologies like HTML5-based Widget, which can then provide video imagery and all that sort of very instant HTML5-based data on the user interface and the integration.
Yeah, because it's all about, you know, picking the APIs that suits a specific system, but having, again, the richness so you can utilize the system for multiple purposes. You know, it's exactly what it is about, because, you know, people expect, and they should have, you know, a return of investment when it comes to then, again, better use of the equipment, not only for one checkbox, but for multiple checkboxes. And that's of course, a brilliant commercial argument, but it also makes sense, because you don't want a whole lot of separate islands filled with, you know, separate types of instruments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. It's well, yeah, really to be able to see or to be able to compare the whole delivery chain, the signal and services delivery, and to make sure that you compare apples against apples and not just collect one piece of information from one system and another piece of information from another system, and then they are sort of not comparable. That doesn't make sense at all.
You know, on that note, I believe that, you know, apples with apples, pears with pears, don't mix them up. And I think that is a very, very good finish. Thank you, Olli, for joining us today. And you know, we'll have a longer discussion about some examples on you know, especially the ISM, because I believe that you know, showcasing would be great. Would you care for being with us for, you know, one special program about ISM where you can really go bananas?
Absolutely, yes. It was pleasure to join this time, and yeah, I'm definitely happy to share more of my ideas about ISM and also hear some further comments how we can take it even better and further.
You know, that sounds like music in my ears. And on that high note, I would say, you know, thank you very much, Olli, for joining us live from Turku in Finland. And of course, to all you viewers out there, don't miss the next Tuesday. Tune in for another Bridge show, and we will have exciting themes for you. And of course, stay cool, have a fantastic Tuesday, and see you next Tuesday.